Good afternoon and welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about CRM on demand reports. We're going to start off with a very simple introduction. Let's go to Design Analyses and the Answers window opens. As you all probably know, we have two columns here, Analytics and Reporting. Obviously, because Analytics is based on a data warehouse, the performance will be better and there will be more opportunity for analysis, and indeed there are more subject areas available to us. We're going to take a simple example and we're going to look at opportunity history. And we're going to display a certain number of columns from opportunity. Specifically, we're going to click on the opportunity name. We're going to click on the deal size, and we're going to include the sales stage and the status of the opportunity. The first thing we're going to look at is we're going to look at formatting our columns. So let's go ahead and deal with the first column, the opportunity name, and take a look at its properties. As you can see, we can specify a font and a font color, as well as handling things like, is it bold or bold and italic, and is it underline or strike through. Since we're creating a report which is basically a table, we can change the alignment of the cells within the table as well as the background color. Let's click OK. Remember, at any time we can click the Preview Analysis button, which will run our report with the current settings. So you can see that I have my column here with a yellow background and green text. Let's go back to the properties again. In column format, the first thing we can decide is, do we need to hide this column? We'll come back to that in another issue. We can also change the custom headings and say, well, this report is about opportunities, so name should be enough. What to do in case of duplicate values. As you can see in the three examples here, there are different ways of suppressing repetitive values in a table. In the first instance, where the first column has two identical values, it will appear as a single merged cell. In the second, it will repeat values, and in the third, it will have its default behavior, which is to do nothing. So we're going to say that we wish to suppress and have these merged cells. We'll talk about interactivity later on. The data format, well, as you can see, by default it's been treated as text, which is what it is. Later we'll come back and reformat some of our data. And click OK. And we'll preview again. And the report is still working. Let's go to the deal size. The deal size we're going to order by. And let's preview our analysis again. As you can see, the deal sizes have been organized. There are three different deal sizes: unspecified, 500,000 to 1 million, 250 to 500, and 0 to 250. So as an example, I will go back to the deal size, I will click the properties icon, we will return to the column format, and this time we will say repeat on the value suppression and preview analysis again, and you can see that the value is repeated each time. We'll return and we'll have suppress, and we'll preview again, and we return to the previous one. The sales stage, we're going to adjust the properties by including a conditional format. And the 4 columns that appear are the 4 columns I chose for my report. So I'm going to say that the sales stage, when it is a particular value, specifically I'll click on all choices and I'll see the list of values that are available. When a choice is qualified lead, It's going to be a particular color. It's going to be a red background. And OK. I think that the color is a bit wrong, so I'm going to change the color of the text. I'm going to put it in a sort of whitish grey color. That's better, it's easier to read. And we'll preview our analysis again. And there we can see our text with our qualified lead with the white text and the red background. No other values are affected. It's very important when designing conditional format to understand that there is a processing order here. So if you have multiple conditions, as soon as CRM on Demand finds a valid condition, it will apply that conditional format and no further analysis will take place of the other conditions. We're going to add one more figure to our report. Specifically, we're going to add the expected revenue. As you can see, we have the expected revenue. Definitely, I think it's time that we reformatted the expected revenue. I'm going to go to data format, override default data format, treat numbers as number, and we could say treat number as currency, for example. And we will use the euro. In this case, we can see the report format. The important thing to understand with opportunity for data formatting like this is that if we decide to display it in Czech crowns, for example, you'll notice the values are exactly the same. No translation takes place of the values. This is simply the symbol. So we'll go back to the warehouse default and re-preview again. Jolly good. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a layout. And at the moment I only have one element in my report, specifically my table. I'm going to add a title. I could optionally include a logo and a subtitle, but I'm going to click OK for now. And I'm going to define no prompts for this report. And I'm almost done, ready to review and finish. And I'm going to put it in our company-wide shared folder. That's me done. So I close this and return to the shared analysis window. I'll see that our report is in the shared folder, and clicking on it will execute the report. I can scroll through the report, and I can download the report into varying formats, all as standard. Well, that's a little quick walkthrough of creating a basic table report with some simple formatting, some simple conditional formatting, and some simple data formatting. I hope you enjoyed it. Tune in for the next one soon. Bye-bye.